Because of time constraints, I would like to just deliver a very brief introduction to what the session is going to be. Both Juan and myself are very pragmatic, and we will try and be brief. So we will save us some time, and very quickly we will just give the floor to Richard so that he can begin with his presentation. Well, as you can see, throughout the different communications that are going to take place, we are going to touch every single topic that relates to something that one of the individuals who was actually with us this morning said was too much of a focus for us. Slipping is too much of a focus for us, but, there's a lot to say about it. And we talked about, fatality ratios amongst the elderly, and this is very relevant. Dr. Montserrat will present a presentation on it, and Mafalder, and many others. So I would like to acknowledge all those people who are making a contribution. No matter how small your contribution is, it always goes a long way, because this is very generous indeed, most of the times. And this is just a brief overview of what we are going to be focusing on today, but I would like to add a comment of my own, and I'll allow Juan to make his later on. And what I want to say has to do about our future vision, because I'm going to be very critical. I'm going to be very critical with what's going on at the European level. I started working on this in the year 1995, and I realized that since the year 95 to 2006, there was a convergence process. We were steering towards one single method. But since 2006 until today, the process has been that of divergence. And this year, in the Standardization Committee, we will be voting whether we will standardize census, or lack of consent. I mean, a lack of consensus, rather. This seems to be a trend in Europe, but we need to be pragmatic, and we need to look for the lesser of all evils. We know that there's no perfect method, but we will have to work with the best of them and fine-tune it, because otherwise it will be very difficult to make progress. We will see that in the different presentations, when we talk about the Navarra model, for instance, we will see that there is a region in Spain that is implementing standard for rules, and we are working on the theoretical and the practical plane. If we only work on theory, we will just have people in the administration that support our vocation, and that will be the end of us if we only do that. But we are going to continue to work so that we can make this advance. And Juanma, now I'm ready to give you a floor. Let's see if we can bring it closer to you, or perhaps bring you closer to it. Well, actually, Miguel has tackled every single topic that I wanted to mention. He was so pragmatic that he touched every single point that we wanted to mention. Well, first, I would like to thank all those coming from different corners of the world, people in the ITC, people in from different countries, from Germany, from the UK. They're all great experts on this methodologies, on prevention. And I had prepared a brief presentation, but actually it was something that I could just throw into the garbage, because I am now suffering cancer. And when Richard Bowman told me about organizing this Congress 2 years ago, I wasn't sick. And I was very excited to organize this Congress. But 1 month after, I was diagnosed with cancer, and they said, okay, you have 1 year to go. And I thought, well, I'm not going to make it to Congress, but it's already been 2 years, so here I am. And I just wanted to compare cancer with the silent death, which is false. More people die because of falling than because of car crash. Apparently, cancer is also a silent disease because nobody likes to talk about it. And the same happens with falls. Actually, I read a study not too long ago that said that more people die by falling than by car crash. And it's very important that we focus on this too. So the best way to tackle these issues, my problem, or any other type of silent death, is to shed light on it and look for daring policies like the ones that they have implemented in Navarre. And we have a representative here from Vitoria, and he knows what we're talking about. And I think that all of us here will make efforts in this direction. Many of us know many things and very different things too, which are all very interesting. So if we learn from each other, we will be very knowledgeable, because here we have a representation of the elite in this subject matter. We have people here who are actually being advisors to governments, and it's very important that we work on this, and we will never come to an agreement as to whether this method is better than the other or not. It's impossible for me to come to agreements with my wife, so imagine how difficult it is to come to an agreement with a 12-people committee. Well, it's almost impossible. So we will all try and converge so that we can make the best for all of us. Well, I think that's it. We are done, basically. And you deserve the round of applause. It's for you. Thank you.
¿Lo sentamos ya ahí? Vale.